MissCelebrityInMiami Blog Talk. I'm here sitting next to Vibe. And today, Jen is radioing in because she's actually not feeling 100%. Miss J, how are you?
I'm feeling much better now that I'm with you guys. What's up, everybody?
You know, it's absolutely been so long since we've been together, gotten together, seen each other. Vibe is newly added to the show. Miss J and I were definitely old recruits, but we're just so excited to not only be adding a new co-host, but adding it from a male perspective.
A male perspective.
We definitely need a male perspective on some topics.
A lot of topics that we cover because, I mean, it's so two-sided, and a lot of times when you just have females, it stays only on one vantage point or viewpoint of the topic that we're talking about.
They needed more testosterone on the show.
Thank you for providing that, Vibe.
Well, thank you for allowing me to provide that, Ms. J.
You're welcome.
Okay, you guys, so we've been on a long hiatus. For me, it's been some personal time. I have a new little Miss Celebrity addition to my family, and it's really just been focusing on season 3 and things that have been happening behind the scenes in Miami. Miss J, what's been going on for you while we've been on an MCIM hiatus?
Wow, I've had a lot go on. I've had an interesting few months. I won't get into a lot of the things. A lot of it hasn't been the best, but I do have a fabulous new car that I love very much. So I loved I had a Volvo, which I loved, but now I have a Mazda 3, which is quite newer, and I'm quite used with the whole Bluetooth aspect of it. So other than that, I've been working mad hours, but bringing in mad loot, and I'm actually able to shop like I like to. So I'm down with that, and I'm excited, super excited that it's March and it's time for Winter Music Conference, but we will definitely get to that later in the show.
Definitely. And
spectacular.
And Vibe, tell me, I mean, for you, we say, and let me introduce, just in case you guys are not familiar with Vibe, and I don't mean to cut you off.
Of course.
But Vibe is director, producer, and mastermind behind MCIM. And it's so nice, once again, because we join each other on...
You guys, the performance by Docs A Million was amazing. The vibe inside Kitchen Still Vibe is still bumping. Drinks are...
Like in front of the cameras, we have a unique dynamic.
Very unique
So,
dynamic.
I say hiatus, but you haven't been on hiatus because you've been editing and working on season 3.
Hiatus doesn't mean I'm being, a shut-in now with my computer, some quality time. But, yeah, it's we see each other all the time. All the time.
All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in, and let's kick off the show. Today we're going to cover in the Lowdown Live section, guess who's signing a book deal for $2 million? Guess who else is thinking about crossing over the pond? And last but not least, is Kanye West and Justin Timberlake's fight getting saucy? Okay, you guys, so who do you think out of celebrity news is signing a book deal for $2 million? It's going to be an autobiography, and I'll give you a hint. She's talking about her divorce that has just been finalized and her new love interest.
Jessica Simpson.
Well, that could be pretty much anyone in Hollywood.
Basically, I picked Jessica Simpson.
Jen, who do you think it is?
I kind of know who it is, but you want me to tell, or
Well,
you
no,
want to give Vibe a guess?
Pretend with a guess.
You want me to say it?
She said Oprah.
Oh.
So who is it?
It's actually...
It would be Miss Katy Perry.
That is true. Riri's, I don't want to say ex-best friend, because the last time I was tuned into Wendy Williams, she was telling us that Riri and Katy have split their ways because Katy's actually upset at Rihanna for getting back with Chris Brown. But, you know the telltale signs of Hollywood. 1 minute you're one way, 1 minute you're the next.
Well, that's how it is in this
And
reality.
that brings up another topic of should you support your friends' decisions, or should you shut them out if you don't agree with what they're doing, their decisions? But that's a whole other topic.
It depends. How close are you with them?
Yeah, that's true too. But I do think, I mean, it's a two-sided coin because, for instance, you're going to, of course, want the best for somebody you love.
Of course.
But if you truly understand that everybody has to go through their own lessons, then you have to, I mean, at least for me, I feel like you have to support your friends' decisions.
I mean, I do both.
I agree with you.
I do both. I have a friend that made a decision as well recently that I didn't agree with, and I spent a lot of time trying to change his mind. But, and he flip-flopped, he seesawed, but in the end, he was resolved in it, and that person, in the end knows what's best for them. So you just support them. I folded my hands and I said, all right, I will support your decision no matter how crazy it is.
Wait. I do have to say, though, I think if it's drug-related or, if it's like...
Not that. Yeah.
No, I understand. I just had to throw that in there.
Yeah. We're talking about,
like normal stuff.
Whether we're, what kind of shoes to wear.
Right, like basic stuff.
Yeah.
You agree, Miss J?
Oh, definitely. If it's something that's going to harm them or someone else, then I definitely feel an intervention is, the best choice. But if it's just a life lesson, that's not harming them permanently, then it's something that they are going to have to, you'll have to support if you truly love them, and they'll have to go through and learn that lesson. That's part of living and learning. And no one knows that better than me, so I definitely agree.
That sums it up.
And going back to, so she's signing this book deal. It's an autobiography. It's going to talk about her divorce with Russell Brand.
Okay.
Which I'm sure is going to hopefully, in the juiciness of the book, girl, don't hold back. Tell us what happened in that marriage. I mean, he doesn't really seem like he's an all upstairs kind of guy. I mean, that's just me.
I mean, he's very animated, in my opinion.
Yes.
Very animated.
And, I mean, I know they fell in love in the whole nine. I never really saw them as a pair to begin with. Does that make sense?
I mean, like they didn't look right together. No chemistry.
I mean, they had a lot of chemistry when they first started. It was almost like fireworks. But I think as they like molded and grew, she kind of outgrew him. Does that make sense?
Well, I mean, as in like maturity or excelling in.
I think not only as an artist, but
celebrity.
as a celebrity as well.
Well, my only question is how much of Russell Brand is the same guy as Aldous Snow in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. That was an interesting character because he didn't seem like he was acting in that movie. It seemed like it was coming natural, like that's who he is, both the comedy and the promiscuity. So, I would love it. I love that movie.
I did not see that movie.
You didn't see that movie?
No. Did you see that movie, Jen?
I did see that movie, yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about with the character he played, Aldous Snow. You wonder how much of that...
It's very closely, not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but I feel like it's very closely related to how he is in real life.
Exactly.
It's a hard role for him to play.
Exactly.
And my thoughts on the Katy Perry Russell Brand, the whole, aspect of their relationship, I have conflicted feelings, and not just with them, but in general, on the fact of opposites attracting. Because if you feel that opposites attract at the same time, I feel people that are very much alike in a lot of ways also attract. So I really don't have a set opinion on that.
I agree. And she's also not only, focusing on the past, but she's going, which I'm very shocked about because, at least for what I've seen, her whole relationship with John Mayer has been very private. And she's going to be giving information pertaining to their relationship and, I guess, an in-depth look of what's going on in their commitment and whether it's going somewhere, if it's just, them dating right now.
Very true.
In the end, she was offered a lot of money to do this. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, but
that's what it is.
$2 million, but I think Katy Perry's worth like almost $45-50 million, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but just to tell a couple of snippets of your life for $2 million, it ain't bad. When you sit down with a writer for an hour, 2 hours, you may give them bullets and they write their own narrative.
That's true. Okay, so speaking about handing over money, guess which celebrity, blah, 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 did you hear that? I'm tongue twisted. Guess which celebrity is actually going to be thinking about jumping over the pond to LA? Runners, anybody?
One of my favorite. I think she's absolutely beautiful.
I do too, and she just had a baby boy, so if that gives it away. But Adele actually, since coming to the Grammys and being in LA, thinks that it's a fabulous, fabulous place to raise her son. The source says that she actually reported that she sees the benefits of living in America and that she'd actually be out of the paparazzi eye. Now, I don't know if she's seen TMZ or any of these other shows.
I'm just saying, that kind of shocked me.
But now, I have a question, and I know, Jen, you follow up, especially being the ambassador for the Pete Doherty website and stuff. Does England have a different dynamic of how paparazzi follows celebrities and superstars?
I don't know if it's a different dynamic. I think it's just as crazy as it is in LA. Look what the paparazzi did, when Amy Winehouse was alive. The poor girl had paparazzi outside of her front door.
All the time.
She was inside with her friends and she could hear them talking. So I don't really think it matters as far as, what country you live in and how strong the paparazzi comes on. What I was going to say as far as the Adele movie, usually when you have a celebrity from the UK or from another country, they usually are from the UK, but, from India, France, wherever, and they do make it over in the United States, they usually have, hold the residence where they're from and, in the United States. Even though Adele may be, crossing the Atlantic and buying some property in Los Angeles stay over in London.
Oh, of course. I mean, especially with all her money. I mean, and she's just so fabulous. She stays true to herself. I absolutely, absolutely love her. Okay, moving on, because we definitely have to hit the hot topic section and the event section of Miami that's going on this weekend. Justin Timberlake and Kanye West. You've heard about the feud, you guys? I mean, I think...
I haven't.
You know,
I haven't in too much depth, so fill us in.
Okay, well, I mean, I feel so conflicted because, first off, I really didn't, or I did enjoy Kanye because of artistically him as an artist. And then after he did that whole Taylor Swifting up on stage, I was like, you know, the perception that Taylor gives, she's very innocent, she's very, I mean, not on her boy repertoire, but I actually think on her other aspects, she's very, like, girl next door. Does that mean, right?
She definitely gives that perception.
So the fact that he went up, he took this award because Beyonce, let's just rewind, this was at the MTV Awards, Beyonce didn't win, and he got very upset at the situation,
right.
And it was just, I mean, it was horrendous. He later apologized to her, but the fact is, he was up on stage in England, and he said, I got love for you, ho, but I ain't effing with the suit and tie song. And so Justin, when he was on SNL, said something to the effect of, I guess my song is so in depth or something. I got rappers acting all dramatic. And then he was on Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you. Tongue tied again. And he made the comment that he absolutely loves Kanye. He listens to Kanye. His wife listens to Kanye. He has nothing but love for him. And I think if you see that dynamic handling the situation, it's very mature.
Of course.
I mean, I fell in love again with Kanye when he got with Kim, and I know some of you guys are like, oh my god, Kim Kardashian. But oddly enough, I find them a cute couple because they did know each other for so long.
They did?
Yeah, they were like friends back in the day for like 3 or 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
And he supposedly was in love with him, or he was in love with her, and they didn't get together. And then he, even when he was with Amber Rose, wrote about him loving Kim. And Amber Rose has actually said, which is she's with Wiz, that Kanye was obsessed with Kim. And so now that they finally have gotten together, you know, some people say that they don't think that they're going to settle down. But I mean, I see it. I mean, he doesn't have a mother. He's looking for a family. I really see that dynamic tying together.
I agree.
What do you think, Miss J?
Say it. I heard it. Say it.
I don't think anybody, unless Kim separates herself from the Kardashian clan, I don't think any man's gonna want to really settle down with that family.
Well, that's hard because, but look at Chloe and Lamar.
I would settle down with her. I'm just being honest. I'm just keeping it real. I would settle down with her heartbeat.
I mean, they're beautiful, they're smart, they're business women. I mean, Kanye has said it best, my girl is famous all off of a home movie.
Right.
But that just didn't make her because there's a lot of a-home movies out there.
Very true.
But she's a hard worker, she's dedicated, she works 365 days out of the year. She's the first one on set.
She's ambitious, she's goal-oriented.
I mean, I think she's fabulous, to say the least. But back to, I know we rounded the dynamic, but we were talking about Justin Timberlake and Kanye West. I think if Justin would have handled it with a not so lovely attitude, is that a good way of putting it?
As in? Kind
of being like, oh, F you, Kanye. Like, it would have been this ridiculously non-purposeful feud going on between them.
They're doing it for publicity.
You think so?
Of course.
Yeah, but what kind of publicity does Justin and Kanye need?
Hold on. Exactly, because Justin just came out with a new album.
Yes.
It's all new album, okay? And it's kind of like the whole feud between Kanye and who? Was it Kanye and 50 Cent? Who did he have a feud with? Who would sell more records? It was Kanye and 50 Cent, wasn't it?
I think it was 50.
Yeah, and that was pure just to drive sales.
Okay, so wait, I never looked at it this way. And I've always looked at it like, okay, well maybe there is some sort of animosity because Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake are going on tour together. But if you look at it from your perspective, do you feel like it's Illuminati stuff going on there? To drive up sales? And,
no, of course. No, but of course, it's propaganda. It's a pitch. They love drama, but they love drama that's not Tupac and Biggie drama. You know, close, but not like that.
It's actually the true beef in a sense of not like beef, but there may be truth to the story and truth to the animosity. But it's either way, it's working to their benefit.
I think it's way too convenient that after all this time, Justin Timberlake is back out there with the new album. Now he's all of a sudden beefing with Kanye. Okay, he's
all people.
Of all people, beef with the Backstreet Boys. Okay, I'm just being real.
Who are on tour with New Kids on the Block?
There you go. I just don't see it. It's a ploy. I think it is. They probably got together and say, hey, We were beef before. Let's beef with each other. Does Kanye have anything new coming out yet besides the the stuff with him and Kim? There's got to be something new for him. There is a point to it.
Well, I don't know. He was just touring in Europe, like we were talking about.
See?
And they were also saying, I mean, and I didn't really think it was a big idea because there have been other artists on stage that wore like straight jackets.
Right.
But they had made this huge big deal because he came out. He was wearing a headpiece, like a ski mask. He was wearing a ski jacket. Like, when he's on stage, he's so different than when you see him with the Kardashians. When he's with them, he seems all like normal and the whole nine.
Probably proper because they probably don't dig the whole flamboyant stuff that he's got going on stage. In my opinion, probably.
Okay, so I think it's better the way that Justin handled it, and this argument is squashed. Are we good?
Squashed.
Next. All right, you guys. So in the news, really big going on right now, gun control.
Gun control.
I was listening to Glenn Beck the other day. He had said that in his grandfather's house, they used to have a cabinet next to the dining room, and it was fully loaded with rifles and guns and all of these things. And he said, people for centuries have had guns. And I think the first reported massacre or gun shooting was in 1978. And his main philosophy of the theory was, what has all of a sudden started this sort of violence? Because if you're talking for hundreds of years that people have had weapons and so forth, what all of a sudden within the last, 30 or 40 years have contributed to this? And his standpoint was not only the media, but such as the video games and all of these other things as well.
I personally think it's more economically based. The structure of society is the way that it promotes certain, softer-minded individuals to break out like that. Now, the amendment that allows us to bear arms gives them the ability to strike out. But it's all because back in the day, life is a little bit simpler, harder, but simpler. Now you've got debt, you've got war, you've got politics, you've got social issues. This will drive a person, batty, to be honest with you. And I think it's just a society thing. The more society gets out of control, the more you'll see this likely. Then, back in the day.
Well, now that's the next question, and I want to go on to one road, but I want to stay on the other road. The question is, if you want a gun, and as a criminal, guess what? You're not going to the gun shop to go get the gun.
Exactly.
So technically, there's always avenues and routes that people can take if they want to obtain something.
Yeah.
So my next question is, and this is even on a larger scale, if you see something like the shooting at the school, do you think there is something driven behind that politically to all of a sudden put the focus on gun control?
Well, okay. Well, what are we saying now? Are we talking conspiracy theory that it was a setup, a false flag? Or are we
Correct.
talking about okay?
I mean, is that a possibility, Jen? Do you
well,
know that as a possibility?
I mean,
I have so many. It would take me forever to explain my thoughts on gun control. I mean, I'll let you guys go ahead and hash it out and continue listening for now.
What do you think?
I mean, we mean the Sandy Hook. We're talking about Sandy Hook.
Well, I'm not
recently?
even maybe the Batman situation.
Okay.
I mean, you look at situations that are presented almost back to back. I mean, I don't remember personally, besides Columbine and
Right.
maybe one or two others, and that was we're almost talking at 8, 9, 10 years
Correct,
ago.
correct.
Okay, anything recently, then you have the Batman, then you have the Sandy Hook. I mean, it's kind of like a domino effect.
What they would say is it's the copycat syndrome. One person does it, and then whoever else is unstable, they do it. Is it working in favor of gun control and taking away guns? Absolutely. So it could be false flag. It could be propagated by our government or shadow government, or they're just taking the event and making it to their advantage. Because the idea is though that it's to get more control, and that's what the idea is. So and gun control, if you take away the guns from the masses, it's a little harder for them to stand up against a police state. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So if you guys are watching this and you have any opinions, log or comment underneath the video.
Definitely.
And then we'll talk about it actually next week. I think that would be phenomenal. So let us know what your opinions on gun control are. Once again, I stand firm. If you're a criminal and you want a gun, even if you're not a criminal, you can go out and for the right price, find what you're looking for.
Of course.
That's definitely a fact. That's not up really for discussion. You can always find what you're looking for. My views on guns, I'm not opposed to guns. I don't have a problem with them per se. The only thing that scares me is that, oftentimes there are intense, extreme crimes of passion where people actually do break out and black out for a second. And if there is a gun available in the home, there you go. Someone could lose their life. And so depends on the, you know, the situation.
And the
It
dynamic.
depends on if the
Well, I mean,
people who
can
own
you-
the drugs are, I mean, the guns are into drugs. It depends on, there's so many different factors there's so many different things that factor into it that it would be a really long discussion to get into. And it's not that this is my opinion at all, but when I have discussed it with people, a lot of people say that there's been lots of things in the past, because everyone says, well, why is it only prevalent in today's society? And a lot of people argue the point that it has not only prevalent in today's society, it's just because of media, you know, like, and expressing it more on the news that it seems more prevalent in society.
That is true, too.
Where it's always been an
That is
issue,
true,
maybe
too.
not as big of an issue. I don't necessarily agree with that, but that is what I've heard from several different people that I've spoken with on the topic.
Well, no, it is true that this
That's
day
something
and
that
age.
people should blog about as well.
Well, I mean, it is true that in this day and age, there is more media coverage. You've got alternative news. You got major news. You got our news. So it's true that things are covered easier, more frequently, and from different aspects. Ms. J, can you agree that it's not necessarily that guns kill people, but people kill people? So whether
People kill people.
right, so
Guns
whether
do not kill people.
right, so whether they have the guns or
When it comes
not,
down to having the guns and the people who, you know, in the right hands of the right people.
it's just the accessibility of it. So the fact about it, if somebody wants to do something nefarious, they want to hurt people, if they don't have a gun and they'll go online. You can go online and find out how to make a pipe bomb if you wanted to. That's just the reality of it. So it's not going to prevent these issues. It's just going to change
No,
it.
it just makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, it's an enabler. But if you want to do it, you're going to do it. You'll find a way, and that's just
Exactly.
how
That's
it
how
is.
I feel about restraining orders. I feel like they don't mean anything. If somebody wants to harm you or hurt you, what's a piece of paper going to do?
Right, I agree too.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
So,
I mean, this is a really tough and touchy subject because it does affect our children. It affects schools. It affects going to public places. Does it give you fear to go to a movie theater? I mean, I know a lot of people, still said, I'm going to go to the movie theater to show I'm not afraid of not only a terrorist, but a homeland terrorist.
Right.
And they're going to go and they're not going to shut down their lives for this. But like I said, join us on the Miss Celebrity in Miami page or anywhere else that you see this posted. Please tag one of us, though, because we'd love to get in on the conversation with you. Okay, huge things going on this weekend, and we're wrapping down the show. I mean, I can't believe how quick it's going for our first night back with you.
Absolutely. Feels good. Feels good.
Miss J has all the events that are happening locally in South Florida. What's going on, Miss J, this weekend or this week coming up?
actually, I can't list all the events because they'd be here probably until 7 o'clock in the morning. So I had to list a few of them. I'm only really going to focus on Winter Music Conference, being that it is March, and being that electronic music is such a big, it covers such a large genre of different types of music that so many different people can be into, and it's so popular right now, from house to trance to breaks to trap to dubstep. So pretty much what Winter Music Conference is a conference that takes place every year in March in Miami, where DJs from all over the world that are into EDM electronic music come together, and they pretty much, there's parties starting tomorrow, March 15th through March 24th, probably 30 to 40 parties a day.
Wow.
Day parties all over every club in South Beach. There's after hours, day parties, pool parties, night parties. A lot of the parties you can buy tickets at the door, but the majority of them can be purchased at WAN tickets. I want to go ahead before I go ahead and highlight any of the parties and give you the URL, the web address that you can go on to. If you're interested in checking out any of these parties, it would be http://wmc.wantickets.com, and that's WANtickets.com/events. It'll pull up a page. It'll have the calendar listed March 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I'm not going to go into the parties that are listed every day. Like I said, I'd be here forever listing them all. I know that on March 15th, one of the bigger parties takes place at Space. It's headlines Dapstick, Diesel Boy, X-Core, Schoolboy, and Twin Beats. On the same day at the Shelbourne on South Beach, Nervous Records presents Made in Miami with Oscar G, DJ Sneak, Georgia Costa and Friends. The 16th, there's a party that's very special to me. I'm actually going to a few of these parties. It's put on by Culture Productions. It's at Chalk, which is on 12th in Washington. That's a big party. It has Monk from Rabbit and the Moose there is the Galaxy Music Gathering Party, which takes place inside of Mecca. The part of the club that it takes place in is Discoteca. The same night in Mecca is another party called like Technofest, and that is headlining Anthony Rother and Hybrid. The party I was talking about before, the Galaxy Music Gathering Party, has major headliners. I cannot wait. I'm super excited. Africa Bambaataa with the Soulphonic Force, representing Planet Rock, Spaceman Live, Hydraulics, Soul Oddity, Baby Ann, Merlin vs. Supernaut, Shade, Forkilla. I could go on and on. There's more at that party.
Okay, question, Miss J. Let me ask you. So wait,
Sure.
there's are going to be a few parties that are complimentary and free, but you got to get there before a certain time. Get your money out for the other parties. Miss J, the links that you found these on, do you mind posting them on my Miss Celebrity in Miami Facebook
I will
page?
definitely drop the link on both of your sites.
Perfect.
On Facebook, on my site as well. I'm only going to hit a few more parties and then I won't mention anymore. I know that
No
on the 21st
problem.
is a party that has Two Live Crew headlining it. It has Backstage Dynamics 2. It has Systematic, ZZ's Lee Spinning, and then March 22nd is the biggest party. It's actually the Future Sound of Breaks Massive. I think it's number 11. The lineup, I can't even get into the lineup. It has every breaks DJ you could imagine from all over the world with that party. That party is probably one of the biggest breaks parties it is the biggest breaks party at all of Winter Music Conference. And that's an expensive party, so get your tickets in advance as early as possible. The 23rd is another party at Chalk, which is filmed by Culture Productions, and I'll have DJ Icy, and a lot of other big DJs will be playing that party. And on the 24th, there's a closing Winter Music Conference. There's a bunch of parties, but there's a closing Winter Music Conference pool party at I believe, the Carlton Hotel on South Beach, and that is going to have major DJs, like I mentioned before, a lot of quad recording artists such as Super Genius, Hydraulics, and that party, I believe, is only $10 in advance. It's
Good deal.
a all-day 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. pool party. Food, drinks, 18 to get in, 21 to drink, and
Nice.
that is something you definitely do not want to
Just
miss.
listen to the party.
So I will drop the link for the Winter Music Conference on both of your pages. So if anyone wants to go out anytime this week, this is the week to definitely do it. Don't drink and drive. Be safe. Carpool. Have fun. Take pictures. Life is short, you guys. Live it up.
Oh my God, I can't even imagine the South Beach traffic.
You don't want to imagine. So if a party starts at 10, you better leave your house at 7.
Yeah.
Save everybody for parking.
Yes.
Parking is not cheap.
No, I mean, I remember, I think last year you're talking $25 for
Yeah.
not even valet, just regular parking.
It's regular parking.
Well,
It's regular.
Miss J.
And party responsibly.
Miss
Don't want
J.
anyone to be hurt, sick, or God forbid die. So
Yes.
enjoy it, dance, drop it
Donut.
like it's hot, shake what your mama gave you, and be safe.
Miss J, love it, love it, love it. But who parties like that anymore? Wow. That's intense. I'm tired and exhausted just listening to that. I'm sorry, I am though.
no, but people do. They come from all over the world, right, Miss J, for this conference? I mean, it is the winter music. Yeah, it's
There's
huge.
no room booked at any hotel in South Beach.
When do they have time to sleep?
They don't. They just party like the whole week. By the end of the week, you see everyone walking around like, you know,
I can't tell you
winter
how many
music.
Like zombies? Like
zombies.
zombies.
Facebook friend list right now have off like the next 15 days of work.
Wow.
Wow.
Vacation right now, they're going to take up with the party. I mean, the on-site days off work, and
I'm
only
too old for
getting
this.
5 parties.
I was
So,
just gonna say. I mean, I'm not old. I'm 28. But when I was 21, the girls and I, we hit Capone's on Thursday, Hard Rock on Friday, maybe Hard Rock again on Saturday, or technically South Beach.
Yeah.
And I'd recover. Now, if I go out, my feet hurt for 2 days from the heels. I need like 3 days recovery. I mean, it ain't what it used to
I got a
be.
from you, and I can still chop it like it's hot.
It's true.
Woo, woo.
True. In my prime. Only in my prime.
What a great show. Once again, you guys, thank you so much for being such a great audience and tuning in and joining us. This was our first live web series that we brought to you via the camera. I hope you didn't mind sitting in on us. We're, you know.
We are very happy to be back. And
Very
I wanna
happy.
Thank you guys for joining us. So we cannot wait to bring you guys the hottest of the hot and the freshest of the fresh.
I can't wait. Ooh, next week it's going to be amazing. We're also going to load pictures to Facebook. Jason and I are heading to the Women's International Music Festival.
Yes,
Say
we
that
are.
3 times fast. And we're actually going to be with Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm hoping Will Smith comes through.
I just want one photo.
Some other celebrities and so forth like that. She's going to be dropping her first film. I'm just very, very excited. We have a lot of things going on. And you guys, anything else before we close out? Jen?
No, I'll obviously post pictures from all the parties I go to for the Winter Music Conference. I'll try to, I'll bring you what I can, and I look forward to seeing what you guys bring. And I just want to thank you guys and thank all of our listeners. And we're, over 10,000 listens now?
Yay! Over 10,000 listens. I can't believe it. I
I know, that's amazing.
Fantastic.
And thank you for our video show.
Yes, yes, yes. I can't wait. Oh, season 3's coming?
Season 3 is here.
Well, I know, but when's the next episode dropping?
We're in the thick. It's dropping. It's dropping
this
week.
This is on
sometime.
air pressure.
It's dropping this week. It's going to be the first multi-segmented episode.
Yay!
It's very exciting, very long, but it's the best work we've done. Very best work we've done.
Thank you both. I love you both so much for all the hard work and effort that you put in.
Oh, I love you guys too, and I love our fans.
I'm just glad to be back.
All you have to do, Jen, is take a shot for me when you go out. One shot for me, because I can't do it.
I don't drink, but I'll take a shot for you.
Okay, all right, at least, all right, how about this? Take a photo, take a picture of it, though, and say, this is for
I will
Jason.
most
I just
definitely
survived.
There would be no way I could party and not be drunk.
Exactly.
That one.
I couldn't do that. No, I couldn't do that either. Couldn't do that either.
Aye. Once again, we will see you this time next week on Thursday. Thanks for tuning in, and I love you guys.
Love you guys. Peace.
Love you.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to comment below, share, tweet. I like.
Oh, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes.
There you go.
He like
Call
grinds
to
it in my
action.
brain.
Subscribe and just check back. We'll be posting these things weekly. I'm not sure what the template will be, but it'll look good. It'll look good. Thanks again for watching. Ladies, thank you for having me.
Check out Miss Celebrity.
Yeah, make sure you check out season
Facebook
3.
page.
Yes. Check out the Facebook page.
I
I
The
feel
Vibe
like
Studios
I
fan
don't-
page.
I feel like
and
you
the
guys don't want to
Twitters,
let go
and
yet.
No, we don't want to let go. We don't want to go. So yes,
I wanna go.
so
We just
subscribe to
did
Vibe
that.
Studios. Subscribe to MissCelebrityInMiami, the fan page, the Twitters. It's all there. All the links are gonna be below. But please
And check
comment.
me out at JenniferLeah@Facebook.com.
Yes.
Bye, you guys.
Jennifer, when
Thanks
are we-
for tuning in.
Are we gonna get Jennifer on camera?
Bye.
Jen, Miss J,
Yes.
are we getting you on camera anytime soon?
We'll talk.
We'll
This
talk.
is
We'll
like the
talk.
extended version.
That's it. It's the extended version. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys next
All
week.
right.